The idea behind congestion pricing is to simply charge for use of our roads so that we can spread out traffic, reduce traffic, and raise revenue for our transit system.
The part of congestion pricing that I object to is charging vehicles to go into certain parts of Manhattan just for being in Manhattan.
Sometimes when you have so much traffic congestion like we do here in New York City, it's a good idea to follow the model of many other cities around the world who have put a price on the use of those roads. In particular, in this case, if you want to enter the most congested part of the city, which is the central business district.
Manhattan is no longer a business district, it's also a residential district. Everywhere where the congestion zone is being proposed or has been proposed is not only a major commercial place where people do business, but it's also a residential area. And this would also affect those residents who are living in Manhattan.
If you really care about low-income and middle-income New Yorkers and helping them make this city more affordable, then you invest in the transit system, and you don't worry about that very tiny fraction who may face a new charge to drive into the most congested part of the city.
Many of my constituents who live in Eastern Queens are nowhere near a subway line. They're miles and miles from the nearest subway line, and they're not necessarily on a bus line as well. So in order to get to Midtown Manhattan from Eastern Queens, like Glen Oaks, like Belrose, where I represent, it often is an hour and a half to 2 hours to get into Midtown Manhattan, while if they took their car and drove, even with traffic, they could still make it within an hour.
Only 2%, less than 2% of working poor who are driving around are going to be potentially facing a new charge to come into the central business district.
2% doesn't sound like a lot, but if those low-income families are disproportionately affected and hurt by it, my argument to that is, one is I think it's much larger than 2%, and there are a lot of people that drive into Manhattan not necessarily every day, but drive into Manhattan on a regular basis, whether it be 2 or 3 days a week or on weekends, and those are not counted in that statistic.
I would just say to New Yorkers, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to really do something transformative for the city of New York, and that is to reduce our chronic traffic congestion. Let's not waste that crisis. Let's seize this moment to actually do something transformative for ourselves and for our kids and future generations.